So you seem like just yesterday when Sheree Whitfield and Kenya Moore were fighting. There was a lot of there's a lot of back and forth on social media. They were arguing over their houses and different things. I posted some links to what had happened earlier on my blog, but I'm not gonna read everything here. But we're talking about November of 2016, so just a few months ago, they were going at it on social media like hardcore. I mean, they were shading the shit out of each other. I mean, they didn't need sunglasses with all that damn shade. But anyways, and then when was this? Like January of 2017. So yeah, 2 months ago, Kenya Moore posted, I don't know if you want to call it a meme or whatever. It was some sort of image where it read domestic violence in big red letters, and all these words were around it. Things like insecurity, disorder, threatening, victim, words related to domestic violence. I posted that on my blog, but let me read to you real quick, just to refresh your memory on what Kenya Moore said about Sheree back in January. She said, "Shame on Sheree. Sheree tried to antagonize me about Matt. Quote, Matt is breaking your windows. We all saw Sheree bring up Matt breaking my windows. No woman should be blamed for a man being violent or accused of provoking a man. A woman who had been abused before should know better than to say something that ignorant and ruthless. I've been very open from my season 1 that I have been abused at the age of 16. Domestic violence is no laughing matter. These girls will do anything to slander me." Wait a second. Since the first season that she was on, she was talking about this? That's really weird. But anyways, I would think that other things would be discussed if it was your first season on the show. But anyways, I'm going to have to look into that and see what was said. But anyways, these girls will do anything to slander me and turn the clear truth into a hateful lie. I pray for Sheree because it is clear she is so obsessed with me. She will say and do anything. Rewind. The truth is in black and white. And didn't she pull hashtag Kim Zolciak wig or point fingers in my face and Nene Leaks? Right? Hashtag alternative facts. Hashtag Real Housewives of Atlanta. I just had to point that out. Well, things have changed in the past couple of months because Kenya posted a video about the whole unfortunate domestic violence situation that happened between Sheree and her ex, that jackass. I mean, the way that he was talking, like I don't know anything about this dude, but I mean, seriously, he made my damn skin crawl. I'm like, ew, she was with him. Boy, was she wasting her damn time. But anyways, Kenya posted a couple of clips from the show where the beautiful Sheree was talking about her domestic violence situation with her ex. And what Kenya had to say about it was, watch this clip of an all-new hashtag Real Housewives of Atlanta, hashtag no excuse for abuse, at Sheree Whitfield and I don't always get along, but I will never take the side of an abuse. I guess she meant to say an abuser. But anyways, women must stand together. Hashtag no woman provokes a man. Hashtag no excuse for abuse. All new at Bravo TV tonight. Swipe left for part 2 because she posted 2 different clips. She also posted a meme which reads hashtag no excuse for abuse at the Kenya Moore. And she said, there is no excuse for abuse. So ashamed of how other women make fun of men who are abusive towards them. There is never an excuse for abuse. We are all women and there is only one side to be on. Please use the hashtag and help another woman in need. Another women in need. Hashtag domestic violence is no laughing matter. Hashtag Real Housewives of Atlanta. Hashtag Bravo TV. So, okay, yeah, cool, all well and good. Yeah. Men shouldn't abuse women, but what about women abusing men? What about homosexual relationships? What if a man is in a relationship with a man and he abuses a man, or if a woman's in a relationship with a woman and she abuses a woman? What if a man is in a relationship with a woman like Ronda Rousey, a woman who's trained to fight? Is it okay for her to beat my ass? Kenya Moore, it's like I only halfway agree with her. I understand what she's saying about domestic violence being wrong against women, but what about men? And what about, like I said, the other types of relationships when it's not a man and a woman in a relationship, when it's a man and a woman and a woman? these types of things are almost never discussed because women are really quick to play the victim in America and point the finger at men and talk about how much of a predator and a danger that he is to other people. But it's like, there's two things that are going on here. First of all, they forget about the male victims. Number two, they leave out the fact that a lot of women are attracted to that aggression and they're okay with it until, he attacks them. Like, there's plenty of women, they'll get with a man who's violent against other men, for example, and they will have no issue with it. You're going to lay in the bed with a killer and then turn around and say, Freddie or Jason, you're not supposed to abuse me, though. So we can't forget the simple fact that a lot of women think that sort of thing is attractive until it happens to them. We got to make sure we speak about that as well. And honestly, you can provoke someone. People do provoke people all the time. Sometimes people provoke people to grab them by the hair at reunion shows or to throw a drink on them. Honestly, yes, people do provoke people all the time. Men provoke women, women provoke men provoke men, and women provoke women. People provoke people. And my problem with domestic violence, and the reason why I don't make videos speaking out against it, is because it always turns into a man doing something wrong to a woman thing. And when it's people doing wrong to people. So you're saying that men can't be hurt? If you listen to the language that she's using, she keeps mentioning women, 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 women. It makes me feel as if she doesn't give a shit about men at all. So why should men care when things happen to women? The fact that men care so much at this point, and they act the way that they do about it, they're like, I'll never put my hands on a woman. How often do you hear a woman say, I'll never put my hands on a man? Almost never. And the whole anti-male propaganda is so crazy. The misandry is so thick in the air that when Barack Obama was in office, I saw him one time speak about domestic violence, and he only spoke about it happening against women. Oh, it pissed me off. I'm like, you're the freaking president, But listen, let me reread some of what Kenya said again to let this sink in. She said, I will never take the side of an abuse. I guess you meant to say abuser. Women must stand together. Number 1, hashtag no woman provokes a man. Number 2. Okay. And then in the other thing that she posted, she said, let me see. So ashamed of other women make fun of men who are abusive toward them. So that's number 3. There is no excuse for abuse. We are all women, and there is only one side to be on. Number 4. Please use this hashtag and help another women in need. Number 5. 5 damn times she mentioned women specifically. And a lot of you guys might say, well, that's because she's a woman. I tell you what, if I was going to speak out against domestic violence and use my platform to call myself raising awareness, I would think to myself, there's a lot of people that are hurt by domestic violence every single day. And I wouldn't think about it as being a female problem or a male problem. I automatically think people. That's how I naturally think, is about everyone. It's like, imagine if we were going to talk about cancer and we just pretend that men don't get cancer. We just talk about women getting cancer. That's pretty freaking. Oh, that's right. They do that now with the pink ribbon shit and the breast cancer and everything. But men get breast cancer too. A lot of people don't look at a man's pectorals as being breasts, but actually, according to biology, science, men have breasts as well. So men do get breast cancer. It's less common than women, but a lot of men will never get their chest checked or check their chests themselves because they don't even know that they can get breast cancer. And if you walk around and ask the average man in the street or do an online poll, I'm willing to bet good money that the average man, more than 51%, have absolutely no idea that they can get breast cancer as well as women do. And that's because millions of dollars have been spent to teach women, to be careful with their health and to go get checked, go get your mammograms and all this other stuff. Men's health is basically ignored, and then they're like, why don't men care about their health? And it's like, women wouldn't care so much about their health either if it wasn't promoted to them on every freaking platform conceivable, millions and millions of dollars being thrown into having it pushed in front of their faces, just like domestic violence against women is this huge thing to the point where the president talks about it, but nobody talks about men being abused. And honestly, it's because nobody cares for the most part. When men get hurt or men die, it's just, hey, just another guy. We can make a new one. It's like we're the freaking Stepford husbands. And then they wonder why some men are so cold-hearted, callous, and non-caring. It's like we're literally in this society, nobody gives a shit about you if you're a man. You can mention women 5 times when talking about domestic violence, but don't mention men. Because our lives and our safety just doesn't matter, especially to women. But on the brighter side of things, these ladies are fit. Oh my sweet God, they must live in the gym and just do squats all day long. Now, the only domestic violence that a man should be thinking about to these fine women is beating it up in the bedroom. Other than that, I don't know what's wrong with these dudes out here, man. And I'm not, for legal reasons, I'm not accusing anybody of anything. I'm just saying that they said that they were abused by different men at different points in their lives. So I'm not saying that anybody's guilty of anything. I'm just saying if what they're saying is true for legal reasons. I'm not trying to have any legal static with anybody. But anyways, but yeah, man, I don't understand how you could be with a fine ass woman like these 2 ladies right here, and you would want to mess up all that pretty. But domestic violence is part of the war on pretty. There is an evil force that watches all of us and is trying to stop pretty from popping. Now, I don't support that. But anyways, yeah, people, keep your hands to yourselves, men and women. Forget violence. It's the year 2017. I don't understand how we have so many damn barbarians walking around. But then again, people have sharp tongues and smart mouths. People sometimes put themselves in situations where honestly they really do provoke other people. And they know what they're doing, and they think it's funny, and they think that they're smart, and they think that they're being witty. But verbal abuse sometimes can be more detrimental than physical abuse. So we need to call out that as well. And everybody abuses everybody. It's not a male and female thing. It's not a black and white thing. It's not a young or old thing. It's a people thing, period. Well, this is all my opinion. Let me know what you think about it all below. Be sure to subscribe to the Meat Magazine YouTube channels. Visit meatmagazine.blogspot.com for more. Follow me on Twitter at Meat Magazine, Meat Magazine 7 on Google+, Meat Magazine blog and Instagram. Women, please realize this. Don't expect for men to keep their hands to themselves if you're hitting men or if men are hitting men. If everybody can be violent against men, but men must keep their hands to themselves when it comes to women. So women can abuse men can abuse men. Women can sometimes abuse women depending on whether or not the female, whatever you guys have going on in your little female secret society, decide whether or not the ass whooping was warranted. At the end of the day, everybody just needs to keep their hands to themselves. Don't tell me that a man can punch me in my face because you didn't like this or you didn't like that, or she can slap me in my face. I could be jumped and stomped out in the streets. I can have a gun pulled out on me, all this other crazy shit, but then turn around and tell me that I have to be nonviolent. Abused people abuse people. And there's plenty of men who, when something happens to them, there's nobody there to be there for them. Nobody gives a shit. Everybody's just like, whatever. Hell, there's men right now in the year 2017. If they try to report a rape to the police, they'll be laughed at. Can women say that? Probably not, right? Probably not. But this is all my opinion. What do I know? I'm just a male rights activist and a blogger with a microphone. What do I know? Meat Magazine.